What is going on, everybody? It is me again. It's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video. And I guess welcome to another, or not, well, that'll be the next video, sorry. Another top 10 listing video. I figured, I just came off doing my top 10 favorite Sylvester Stallone films. Now I figured I'd get on to a top 10 that I've been meaning to do for quite a while. And, it's on my favorite actor of all time, and that is Mr. James Woods. James Woods, like, the more and more I see this guy's work, he really has become my favorite actor of all time. I mean, in every single thing I've seen him in, he always gives a really good performance and things like that. And I'm a huge fan of James Woods as an actor. I think he's a fantastic actor. Even his little appearance, voice, and Family Guy was a lot of fun. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. I love that episode where they parody with James Woods. I think that's pretty hilarious. But these are my top 10 personal choices of my personal favorite James Woods films. So these are the James Woods films that I can watch again and again and love very much. I mean, I could have put, Bestseller, what was that, True Believer with him and Robert Downey Jr., Once Upon a Time in America I could have put in there. I mean, I could have put so many things in here, but James Woods has done so many good things in his career. But these are the top 10 personal choices for me of the ones that I love the most with James Woods. So let's not waste any more time, and let's get on to the actual top 10. So, coming in at number 10, surprisingly enough, Scary Movie 2, where James Woods appears in the beginning of this movie as Father McFeely, where they spoof The Exorcist in the beginning, and he has to bless the house, and he's on the toilet taking a dump, and, I gotta release this demon! I mean, James Woods is comedic gold in this. I think James Woods is funny as hell in this movie, and things like that. So I really had to easily put this as in my top 10 favorite James Woods films. I mean, and it's a really solid sequel to the first Scary Movie. You have people like, the Wayans brothers, Anna Faris and Regina Hall. You also have Christopher Masterson, who was Francis on Malcolm in the Middle. You have Kathleen Robertson, who was in Survive the Night, and I think 90210, I think, as well. James Woods, of course, Tim Curry, Tori Spelling, Chris Elliott. You also have James DeBello, who was Bert in Cabin Fever. He was in Detroit Rock City, is one of the people in this as well. But James Woods in this is hilarious as hell. His part is one of the best parts, one of my favorite parts of the movie. I love Scary Movie 2. It's one of my favorite parodies of all time. Let's see here. Now, number 9 I don't have of his, but I gotta get it at some point, but Casino. I mean, I love Casino a lot. I mean, what more can you say about Casino that hasn't been said before? Fantastic cast. I mean, it's a classic movie. Everybody knows Casino. Number 8 for me, got it right here, John Q, where James Woods plays the main doctor. Right there. There he is. Where basically Denzel Washington takes a hospital hostage because his son needs a new heart because his son collapses while playing a baseball game, and it's going to need a lot of money to get a new heart. So Denzel takes the hospital hostage, and James Woods is the main doctor. Anne Heche is the main head nurse of the building. You also have people like Ray Liotta, Robert Duvall, Eddie Griffin, things like that. It's a really very solid flick by Nick Cassavetes, and James Woods plays a really good supporting role in this as the main doctor. But love John Q. I think it's a very solid flick with Denzel. Let's see here. Number 7. Underrated flick right here. The General's Daughter, where James Woods is right there. Right there. There he is. plays a slimeball character in this. I mean, it's a pretty good mystery movie where there's like this cover up at this military base, and John Travolta has to figure out what happened, and he's trying to get information, and people are being sneaky, like James Woods is one of the guys. You also have people like Madeline Stahl, James Cromwell, Timothy Hutton. Directed by Simon West, the guy that did Con Air and Expendables 2, did this film. But very solid John Travolta flick, and James Woods does a really good job supporting role in that. That's easily one of my favorite movies with James Woods in it. Number 6, excellent horror anthology, Cat's Eye. Really love the segment with James Woods. Smokers Inc., where he has to quit smoking, which you can see here, right there. But a very solid Stephen King movie. I mean, you also have people like Drew Barrymore, Candy Clark from the Blob remake. Directed by Louis Teague, same guy that did Alligator, Cujo, Collision Course, and I forget what else he directed. I think that's like the main ones I think of. But very solid horror anthology where it's 3 short stories. One with, of course, James Woods is with Smokers Inc. That's my favorite one of the bunch. But very solid horror anthology. So I said number 2 is Scary Movie 2. 9, Casino, 8, John Q, 7, The General's Daughter, 6, Cat's Eye. So, number 5 is my favorite sports movie. I've talked about this film before, but Any Given Sunday, where James Woods is right there. I've talked about this film before in the past. I reviewed the film already before. My favorite sports film of all time, where James Woods plays the slimy team doctor. I mean, he's surrounded by a great cast with people like Al Pacino, Dennis Quaid, Cameron Diaz, Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J, Matthew Modine, Charlton Heston, Aaron Eckhart, John C. McGinley, Anne Margaret. Just a hell of a cast of people. And James Woods is fantastic in this as the team doctor. Just a slimy team doctor. He plays it really well. But excellent sports film, Any Given Sunday. Number 4, one of my favorite buddy cop films, The Hard Way. Love the back and forth that he has with Michael J. Fox. Stephen Lang is your villain in the film. You also have people like Annabella Sciorra, who is in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. You have Penny Marshall, rest in peace, Penny Marshall. You also have small appearances by people like Luis Guzman, Christina Ricci. I think Mos Def has a small role in this as well. But very fun buddy cop flick where Michael J. Fox is a pampered Hollywood star and James Woods is a tough New York detective, where they get paired up with one another. It's a lot of fun, really fun flick. Okay. Number 3, Videodrome. Very insane movie. Very well directed by David Cronenberg. My second favorite film of his, Behind the Fly. First, it controls your mind, then it destroys your body. A shocking new vision. I mean, this is just a very bizarre film. I mean, James Woods is fantastic as Max Wren, and basically he's a guy who's a cable programmer looking for the ultimate viewing experience, and there's this program called Videodrome, and I don't want to spoil too much about it, but very bizarre flick. Definitely one of James Woods' best movies. Number 2, of course, John Carpenter's Vampires. Easily one of my favorite roles of James Woods as Jack Crow, where he's the leader of this vampire mercenary slayers of vampires, where Thomas Ian Griffith is the main villain. And just James Woods as Jack Crow is so much fun to watch. And the best thing on this Blu-ray is the interview with James Woods, which is about 20 minutes long, and James Woods tells all these cool stories about the behind the scenes and things like that. So that's definitely a really good feature on this. But you know, I say John Carpenter's last great movie in my opinion, because I like Ghost of Mars, but it's not that amazing. But it's certainly not bad, but it's definitely not as great as Vampires. But I'd say this is John Carpenter's truly last great film was Vampires. I love this movie. And of course, you all saw this coming. My number one favorite James Woods film is Cop. I mean, it's my favorite role of James Woods as Lloyd Hopkins. And you talk about a great ending to a movie. This movie has my favorite movie ending of all time. The last shot is absolutely satisfying. I'm not going to say what it is, but if you haven't seen Cop, you definitely got to check this out. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 favorite James Woods films. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next time. You guys take care.